Hello people, and welcome back to part 4 of Noveria, our Cities Skylines snow build. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And thank you so much for all the kind comments, suggestions and support on our last episode. You guys really enjoyed our riverfront park here, and I'm super happy with the integration of the new walkable quays. Very nice, getting some people cycling here as well. Yes please. So speaking of cycling, we're going to start introducing some cycle highway into the city today as well. We also had some feedback that people can't cross here. Which is correct. Yeah, we need to introduce a way for these people to cross, which we'll do in today's detailing time-lapse as well, so people can kind of get back into across these tram stops here. But what we are going to work on today is our first kind of town centre build, right? We're going to continue expanding our suburb out this way to meet that population demand, and then also use a nice unique building with some public transport, plenty of decoration, and probably some commercial in this square as well, and then just start to prepare to cross over the river into this over here. So lots of exciting things to do. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so with our town centre build here, we're going to discuss kind of our centralised asset, and I think I'm happy to run with the City Hall for this one. Now we use the City Hall in kind of a downtown setting in Palaven. So I'm thinking for Noveria, we might take it a little small town. It is quite a grand building, but I think we can get away with it, and it looks really nice in the snow as well. Lots of nice snowy trees behind it and stuff. I think we're going to run with the City Hall. It's kind of our meat and potatoes, right? So let's bring a road out first of all. We're going to come out from out here for the meantime, I think, okay? Let's have a look at how this asset is going to sit. So it will centralise perfectly with the tram lines here. Okay, it gives us lots of nice open square opportunities here as well. And I think I'm fairly happy with this as a concept. So of course we want public transport introduced into this area too. So let's grab our tram tracks here. Let's decide how we're going to work these in. So we'll come into our one way, and then we'll just snap to the angle on the road length for the time being. And I think we can get away with this nice little centralised tram plaza. Directly outside of the City Hall here. And then I also want another tram line to start from here and feed into elsewhere into the city. So let's have a look at how we can possibly work with this as well. We introduce a little tram box as well, and you'll notice I'm keeping kind of a space of 3 tiles between the roads and the tram lines. So it's going to help contribute to our symmetry. So this one needs to be 2-way. Then we can upgrade this into tram road. And I think what we'll do, we'll snap to the road guideline here. Actually, no, we won't. We'll come off to just the road length and angle. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll just start to feed this up and alongside our bridge here, I think. Okay, well let's do some terraforming first of all. Now I want to make sure that we're going to maintain this same gradient alongside the American bridge onto our road guideline as well. Okay, and then we'll just curve this around. So we'll come to snap to this guideline. Okay, so we have a little elevated tram road in now, nice and symmetrical with the American bridge. Which again, once we've got some trams coming over here, will look really nice, I think. I hope so anyway. Okay, and we've also got some demand for some policing across the city at the minute. So if we take a look at our police, we are a little bit low, actually quite a bit low. So it's time to place another police station in. Again, I think the European police station is a really nice kind of town centre asset. I think we'll place this just on the corner. Maybe that's just budget up to the corner of the tram line. Okay. Going to border up nicely with the tram road as well. Fantastic. I also think I want the public library in here as well, which is, again, just a really nice town centre asset. It looks like we can actually squeeze it within the town square itself, which is a nice added bonus. So we'll place down our library. And we also want another park side gate in here as well, because of course we are going to continue a little park area out today as well. Let's bring some park fencing run parallel with the tram lines. I think already we can start to see this town centre theme come together Only a few assets, right? Important assets around here. But it's on its way. It is on its way. We've got a little bit of commercial demand as well, alongside a ton of industrial, which I'll probably satisfy off camera because we don't have any industrial builds planned today. But definitely want some car parks in here as well. So let's have a look at how we can introduce this. So probably a road up and alongside the main City Hall building, I think, which will generate the pedestrian crossings, people getting back and to from the front tram square as well. So we're looking for those 2x2 patterns here. So let's paint out our little green cities district. Probably will use some green cities assets in here today as well, I think. Give it the local organic produce specialization. And of course, we'll just paint out our 2x2 zonings alternately, and once they spawn in, we'll have a look of something that looks like this. Will give us a nice bit of car parking in the town centre. Okay. There's something about these little green cities car parks that looks different in the snow theme. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think I'm on board with it anyway. Let's grab ourselves a little pathway as well. Let's come onto the grid. Let's feed some pathways through here as well. Could possibly upgrade this into a park path as well if we wanted to. I think we will, just for the benches and the lights. Maybe one with trees. We do like a sugar maple. This is the one that we want though. How do the amusement park paths look? Oh no, not the palms. That is not the right choice. I think we'll go for the one without decorations. I think that's going to be alright. So now start to see our little town centre trams coming into action, which is nice. Lots of decoration opportunities around here today, of course. Let's have a look at some of those. Again, I think we'll stick to mainly park paths for this build today. We'll grab ourselves a regular park path with decoration. Throw this in here. And we could possibly come out either side of it as well. It's kind of strange that they're not picking up the pathway as an option across there, but maybe it just takes a hot minute for the AI to recognise. It could be because we've extended it out to the side. Yeah, unsure why they're actually doing that. The power will sink through eventually here as well. Okay, let's start getting some zoning down. So we'll just get in some nice 4x4 assets here. And again, there's opportunities for more walkability to squeeze between the zoning spaces here. We do have some more residential demand, so I'm just going to carry on my very specific zoning style for this particular suburb. Everything that we've done before, right? We can hopefully kind of see that paying off now with the grander scale of the suburb starting to grow. This looks a lot more uniform. Nice chunky assets. Hopefully you guys can see the appeal of running with these specific zoning techniques. Yeah, there we go. Okay, they're picking the path up now. I think I'm fairly happy with that. And then what we'll do, once our park moves up a couple of levels, which it shouldn't be too far off now. Yeah, it's just waiting the visitors. Which would help if I left my game unpaused for once. We'll just kind of get some the larger playground and park assets within this square here and flesh out a little bit of a surrounding park, which would look quite nice as well. So speaking of kind of further park assets, let's have a look at some of the snowfall stuff too. There's a curling park here, which might look quite nice. Have a look at this one. But it's kind of got some Royal Air Force vibes with these little targets on the ground, which I think I'm on board with. Okay, and we'll kind of mix and match these in today, so maybe let's have a look at different orientation for this one. And flip it onto its side here. How about another one here as well? See what else we've got to work with. Don't really want skiing around here, don't think that would make too much sense. And how about a snowman park up here as well? Okay. I think I'm happy with that. And again, just going to carry on. But this is a really nice opportunity actually for some post office action. Great opportunity here for a wonderful corner asset, which the post office does make. And then we can continue to border this up with that more specific 4x4 commercial zoning in this area as well. Let's trim it up to that square there. Again, because this is kind of a more important town centre, I do want to be wary of what assets are spawning in, so I'm happy with the bookstore, we'll keep that one in. And the little petrol station here, or car wash I suppose, also work nicely. We'll get a nice little backing hedge onto the tram line here as well. But you have grown up. What do we think of you though? Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think so anyway. Okay, I did also mention I want to start a cycle highway from here as well, so let's have a look at that. Let's grab some of the cycle roads. When do we unlock the actual cycle roads themselves? It's not for a couple of milestones, is it? These ones here. Oh, it's on the next milestone, okay. So we can possibly get some cycle roads into the city today as well, but I'm also just going to start introducing a little bit of commercial and park action into the suburb here as well. And continuing our favourite palettes of dirt path within the snow map, which I think I'm fairly happy with. Also got a real nice opportunity here for a big long path through the middle. And then we can meet up with the pedestrian crossings in the middle. And then I guess it's going to make sense to bring these people through into the town centre as well. And probably up and alongside next to the library as well. Which again, I think we're using nature reserve fence with these pathways, right? Yeah, we are. Okay. So again, just lots more opportunity to bring personality into our suburbs rather than just endlessly mass zoning. We can just start to introduce a touch of conifer spice as well if we like. Let's go for one of the smaller ones, a couple of these either side. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with the coin laundry asset here as well to sit alongside the main road. Lots of green belt opportunities during the detour in town, that's here too. Hey. Come along. Come along with thing. How are these commercial assets getting over here? I think I'm fairly happy with this, right? What I am actually thinking here is putting in a little high-speed access road. So if we come to our road length, we'll come out with a regular road, and I think we're going to switch up to the two-way highway. And then just run this parallel with the actual highway. We shouldn't need this power line anymore now, right? Everyone's nearly sinking through. Just give it a minute. There we go, let's take this one away. Okay, so almost like a very small micro ring road is what I'm after with this. Let's take away these trees as well so we don't eat into that tree count. Okay, and we'll just kind of see how many people use this. Let's grab ourselves the regular road again, we'll hook into there. Maybe just provide a couple of different connections into this high-speed road. And we'll just... oh yeah, okay. I was just going to say we'll see if anyone decides to use this, but people are using it already. Yeah, just a quicker way back into the suburb for them. Let's actually see if these guys are heading out of the city. There's a post truck here. Yeah, he's leaving the city. Yeah, and so is he as well, so looks like vehicles will actually prefer that rather than travelling along the main arterial through the town here. But it's just another way of relieving pressure off of this main road, right? It's not even a ring road, is it? It's just a little high-speed access road. And which again, it shouldn't be producing that much sound. These guys here might suffer a tiny bit, but we can just unzone them if possible. Or if needed, rather. Nope. Not that asset. This is why we have to be careful, right? Otherwise we get gross assets spawning in where we don't want them to be. Again, just plenty of opportunities for kind of green belt to surround these commercials, keep everyone walking. It might be a nice idea too to include a little accompanying cycle network alongside this high-speed road. But I'm not a massive lover of the cycle network on the ground. Maybe we elevate it slightly. Let's have a little discussion about how this will look. Is this going to be too modern if we just feed the cycle highway alongside this road here? It's a nice little layer of height, isn't it? I don't think I'm totally averse to it. Oh yeah, there we go. It's already picking up as well. Very nice indeed. Okay, if we can get more people cycling then it's a good idea to carry on doing that. Oh, there we go. We've got busy town as well. It's going to give us some policies, level 4 uniques, which is nice, some trolley buses, which will be a while before we use any trolley buses yet. Some oil stuff, tourism, a whole bunch of new policies, new roads, cycle roads as well, which will upgrade probably that main arterial through the town centre into a cycle road now as well. There's no reason for it not to be really, so let's do that whilst we remember. So possibly here. It's a really distinct difference between, you can just about barely see the cycle lanes on this one, but we'll upgrade it to an extent anyway. Probably lose a few assets there, that's fine. Yeah, probably just down into the main street I think, and then we'll allow the cycle highway to stop here. Just follow it back down and see how many people are using it. And we should also have the city planning policy of encourage biking now, which we will apply citywide. So when this policy is active, most citizens will prefer bicycles over motor vehicles. There's no reason not to have this on unless you absolutely hate cycling. So this is just going to help encourage people to use our cycle highways a little bit more. So hopefully as the town centre grows in popularity, you should see a few more people using them, but you realise you're on a cycle lane, right? Use the lanes. Why are you on the pavement? I was flat on that old woman as well. Okay. We're on our way here, I think, right? Starting to flesh out a little more. Yeah, have this one on the head and then just extend our park area into this section. Which I think we'll do. So the Juba River Walk will continue probably up until here. Okay, and then we'll end this particular park area at that point. Go ahead and drop that in. Probably bring keys here as well. You know, this will eventually look into that downtown skyline as well, and lots of nice important bridge infrastructure too. Very nice indeed. So I want to carry on bringing the walkable keys all the way around here onto this peninsula, or whatever you call it. I'm sure it's not a peninsula. And then we'll kind of match up and see what we're looking like once the keys are in. We'll also include another park side gate over here as well. Let's double check how many tiles we were away from the tram line. We're at 2 tiles here, so we'll repeat that pattern as well. Again, just kind of bringing it up in parallel to help box in those tram lines. Lots of nice repeatable designs are key for helping these town centres come to life a little more. And I think what we'll do with the road network here, because this kind of just very abruptly ends the town, is we'll come up to the centralised point here with the road guideline and road length as well. Okay, so I think we'll just keep developing this arterial here to continue flowing over the river alongside the highway. I'm a huge fan of these new American truss bridges. The red ironwork is just so nice, isn't it? Really, really nice. Fantastic. Bring this back down to earth as well with a distance of 10 tiles, no road guideline. Fantastic. Come back to the road guideline as we come to our freeform. Get a nice smooth connection there as well. Just so the town centre can continue to flow, and we'll probably build something over here eventually. It's going to give us another road connection into the area, which will be appreciated, I think. Continue to work on our little park life area too. We bring another pathway through with no road guidelines and freeform action going on. Okay, and then I think we'll go for decorations with this one too. A nice little windy path meeting up with the quay and the pier. And again, there's lots of opportunities for park assets to sit in here as well. And we'll probably call an end to the park on this side too. And I'm not sure I'm really loving... Oh no! We broke the gate! Oh, please just snap back in. Don't be. Please don't make this awful for me. Onto our road guideline. There we go. Very nice. That's a lucky one. But yeah, I don't think I'm a massive love with the cycle network starting from there. So what we'll probably do is elevate the thing again like we did up on that little kind of cycle ring road that we've just implemented. Let's come off the grid here. And then we'll just come up by a single incline. And again, we'll just be able to develop some more layers of transport height and cross the cycle network over water as well. We can't upgrade this into cycle road because we will lose the ironwork bridge, which I don't want to do. So we'll start a little cycle path from here as well. Okay. So our suburbs are getting on. We're definitely due an industrial build next episode. We've got a lot of industrial demand. Let's have a look at our resources actually, see what we've got around to play with. What do we have unlocked? Everything. We do have all the resources unlocked, and there's a nice little ore pocket here as well. Okay. Lots of over here too. Basically everything. We can do whatever type of industrial build we want next episode. But why don't we let you guys choose? Let me know if you want forestry, farm. I know we've already done farm. Forestry or oil for next episode. Let me know which one you want. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so just kind of thinking about the approach into the town centre. I think I do want a touch of green cities again to appear within this area. So let's bring this district down. I don't want it to encroach too much upon the zone in there, so we're only going to bring it into specific sizes, and then let's introduce some 2x2 green city zonings on the corner. We should be syncing through power now as well, yeah, so we can get rid of the power lines. And probably for this area too, maybe bring some green cities action in. I think if we do end up using this little curling park here, we're not going to be able to bring our pathway out right down the middle, which is annoying. So in that case, we will get rid of the curling park for the time being. Possibly with decorations here, while we're outside of the city hall. I think having those little sugar maples just appear, yeah, it's going to frame that little statue perfectly as well. Yeah, very happy with that, I think. I'm going to enjoy that. Have a look at how these little green cities assets are developing. Yeah, okay. I think I'm on board with that. We will come through and remove all the traffic lights as well. There's no need for the trams to be stopping here. Start to introduce some more commercial zoning in these corners where we've got room for them. Let's maybe go for a nice big corner asset here. When do we lock office zoning? Not for another few thousand population yet. It would have been nice to satisfy some of the industrial demand with some office zoning in here, but we live and learn, right? Have a look at some maybe regular park assets that'll fit in. How about some of the healthcare stuff? A very nice town centre asset. Maybe we can have this in here as well. Kind of got a nice little cluster of service assets here. How about a fire station too? How do we feel about just a regular European firehouse in here? Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm totally hating that. I think it's okay, right? Would be a nice idea as well to hook these two tram systems together because it will save us placing another tram depot. Could do it here, I guess. Here would be a sensible place to do it if we just upgraded this into tram lines. It saves us having to place another tram depot in, which is another 768 a week. I think what we'll do is just bring in a little tram box here so we can see some trams flowing. Let's have the stop next to the town centre. Of course, it's kind of just for show at the minute. Let's bring it on. We need to switch these around actually because we're right-hand drive. Change the direction. There we go. And bring it down here. Back up to there as well. So we'll go and catch this tram as it leaves the depot over here. I've also upgraded these into the pedestrian bridges as well. The American pedestrian bridge that came with the content creator pack. Upgraded all the ones that were elevated zoo path into this one now, so I had a few suggestions saying to use this one last episode. I think I agree. The little stonework brick thing here is quite appealing. I'm a fan. So our new trams should be on their way. Here they are, the little purple numbers. Let's get their colour changed. Let's go for... How about a nice little fancy black tram? Quite modern. Contrast with the snow quite a lot as well. how are we starting to appear from? Yeah, okay, so even from the suburb now, we can just see a few little points of interest beginning to appear. We can see the larger library and the city hall just poking out as well. The park isn't far away now. Let's actually bring the price down a little bit and stick a policy on it. Let's go for advertisement campaign, which will draw 20% more visitors. And main park as well. This one's nice. Get the pharmacy in here. Are we going to get a burger bite? No, it's just like a regular restaurant, isn't it? Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that one. Let's start to just flesh out a little bit with... I don't think I'm enjoying the zoo fence, actually. I think we're going to get rid of the zoo. I don't think I'm really enjoying it with this particular type of town centre. Oh, we're in the library. Glitch through. Yeah, okay. I think I'm happy with that. Farm fence looks great in the snow. So we'll repeat this design around our entire tram square. Lots of detail to be had here, of course. And again, let's continue to flesh out with some different size zonings here. Not too sure if I want some outside of the town hall. I think we'll leave that, and then we'll repeat another 4x3 asset here as well. And lots of people picking the pathways up already, which is nice to see. And then again, just on the kind of subject of green belt, got our farm fence. And this way. Though we are using park fence here, so that's quite the contrast. I'm not sure I'm a huge lover of that idea. Maybe let's stick with the park fence as kind of an arterial border along this cycle network. Yeah, okay, I think I'm fairly happy with that. Just coming together now, I think, isn't it? Possible park assets in here as well. Let's have a look at some cafes as well, maybe. Let's go for... So we can include this actually on the tram road, or tram track rather, because it's next to the road, so it will still count as connected, so people can use it. Again, I think we'll just kind of help expand asset a little bit with the placement of some regular park tiles. A few simple ones, alright. I'm aware I've got the prop line tool, but they don't really behave that well with the prop line tool, these tiles, so when you're working with only a few of them, it's usually just easier to do them yourself. Give ourselves a little bit of farm fence as well. We'll just kind of draw this around the edge of these squares, and then chuck in a couple of tables, back maybe, and a couple of little bins too. One or two, not that many, and the occasional street light maybe on each corner of the fencing, just to help expand that cafe asset a little more. There's a million different combinations you can do with these little detailing props at the end to expand the larger assets that are down this side. One example of them. Hey, oh no, you are taking all the focus off of my city hall, please go away. Happy with the pennies can stay. This one's a really nice looking asset as well, it's going to work perfectly with our corner. And we possibly want some zone in here as well, maybe let's get one 4x3 square in, and then we'll grab our park fence on the angle, that's going to be fine. And we can bring this around the back of the zoning, and then up to the start of the cycle network over this side too. Otherwise the main street's still looking quite nice, we're starting to generate that real focus around the city hall asset. Lots of people picking up the pathways and the public transport options now too, which is nice to see. It's interesting that a lot of them are preferring this way out, and then I guess it depends where they're going, right? There is some people picking up this one. Okay, but otherwise guys, that does feel like a good place for a detailing time-lapse. We have got a lot of greenbelt action to bring into this area, including some pathways to feed essentially down this spine, and lots of trees of course, to help border up between the kind of larger commercial town centre. Please go away, I need to keep my eye on that asset. Let's change the zoning, let's go with 4x4. There we go. And also just wait for the park to hit a couple levels as well, and then I'll just chuck together some generic park designs using the I think it's a trampoline park, isn't it? And a little climbing frame as well. just to occupy this space, and then surround it with some trees too. So we've not seen too many people actually pick up the walking key on this side yet, which is fine. And so there's some folks just... yeah, there's no one really wants to come down this length, which is, I guess, makes sense because there's not anything really for them to come down here. It's easier for them to use the road or the trams. But otherwise, I will speak to you all in a minute. Okay guys, that is going to do it for today. If you have enjoyed the episode, a like below is always appreciated. Equally as much if you haven't enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a dislike as well. And I've introduced a couple of things off camera, including this little green cities commercial district to sit up alongside the key. Just a couple of little zonings with a road that comes off the arterial, nothing major. And a little suburb that sits behind the town centre, just up and against the river again. Lots of greenbelt and parkland specific zoning and very choosy with our assets. Really important for bringing these town centres to life a little bit more. And we've also named this part of town Minor Square after our wonderful Belgian patron Minor. So thank you for the support, mate, and I hope you enjoyed this town centre named after your good self. Otherwise, I will shut up and I will leave it there. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.